I will take. So here, Selenium architecture. Suppose we know, right? So this is nothing but um, this is Selenium content library, client library. Okay, this is Selenium client library. Okay, this is nothing but Selenium client library. Okay, this is Selenium client library. Okay, here. So what Selenium client library consists of, right? So what are the programming languages we are going to uh, write the code, the programming languages? Like, so I can explain you. Okay, like Java. So we know, right? So .NET and .NET, Python. So this is nothing but here Selenium client library. So this is one component. It consists of the languages, the programming languages, which we are going to write the code. Okay, these are the languages. Okay, various programming languages, right? So even it contains JavaScript also, C sharp. It is C sharp. Okay, C sharp. Even I can say even it contains Ruby, JavaScript, JavaScript. So which works on Node.js. Okay, Node.js. Okay, and yeah, C sharp. Okay. So this is nothing but a Selenium client library. So when you write Selenium code, right? So you are going to write the Selenium code based on this programming language of any of these languages. The client library converts your commands. Like what are the commands? Click send keys into format that browser can understand, right? How that browser is going to understand. Okay. So before that, no, we should have uh, okay. Before that, so there will be middleman or mediator, right, between the browser and the Selenium client library. What is it? Nothing but WebDriver. WebDriver. So there will be a WebDriver. Okay. Here also, so there will be drivers. Okay. What are the drivers? Drivers are nothing but Chrome, Chrome browser. Mhm. So we have other browsers, right? Chrome, Firefox, Edge browser. Mhm. And so maybe it can handle the other browsers. So right now we will go with the three browsers. Okay. Now here, what will be the mediator? So he is the mediator. Okay, this is the Selenium client library, and this is nothing but a browser driver. Browser driver. So this is very important. Browser driver. This is nothing but it's a middleman. We call it as a middleman or mediator between the browser and the client. Browser and the Selenium client library, right? Now coming to real browser, same copy paste. I think it is not copy. Okay. Same thing. Here it is the browser. Browsers. Okay. Or browser. So there will be browsers. Okay. Like other browsers, right? Firefox, Edge. Okay. Now, so how WebDriver and Selenium library both are interconnected based on the okay. How means just type text through JSON or WebSocket. WebSocket. Okay, through JSON or WebSocket. Okay. Okay. Now, how WebDriver, how browser driver and WebDriver. This is nothing but browser driver or WebDriver, we can call it as. How these two are interconnected. HTTP server, right? Understood, right? And this is nothing browser driver or web driver, right? So we are familiar with the web driver. Okay, browser driver or web driver. Okay, this is how the architecture of Selenium architecture. Okay, here totally I told you, right? Four components. One is the Selenium client library. One is the JSON or WebSocket, JSON web protocols. Okay, and third one is the web driver, browser drivers or web drivers, or fourth one is the browser. See, we will break down each one. Theoretically, we will understand. Okay, there are like here we wrote, right, there are some languages, programming languages. These are the programming languages where we are going to write the Selenium code of any of these language, either Java, Python, Ruby, JavaScript, or C Sharp. So Selenium framework we are going to develop. The client library, right? Selenium client library, what it can do? It will convert your commands. What type of commands? Hmm? What type of commands? Dot click, right? Dot send keys. So these type of commands, what it will do? It will convert these commands according to the WebDriver. So according to the WebDriver, how the communication will happen between the WebDriver and the Selenium client library, So it has a communication bridge between the Selenium WebDriver, Selenium client library, and the browser WebDriver. In between is nothing but JSON wire protocol or JSON. So plays a key role in between the Selenium client library and WebDriver. So JSON, no, right? JavaScript object notation formats the data to pass to the WebDriver. So the Selenium commands are converted into JSON requests first. These Selenium commands, these are converted into JSON requests, which are sent to the browser driver. Right? You understood it? The Selenium commands are converted into the JSON requests, JavaScript object notation requests, which are sent to the browser driver or web driver. Right? So you know, right, how JSON looks. How JSON looks, right? You are aware, right? I like this JSON. Suppose session ID. So everything is in the key value field. So this is key, this is value. Whatever I am writing is the value. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the session ID, comma. Now, what is the command? Command, I am asking to, what is the command? So click element, click element. So like this. So this is how, so you need to close with the lower bracket. So this is nothing but JSON, JavaScript object notation. Okay, this is how the JSON works. Okay, but this is completely. So I'm telling you how JSON looks like, but this is the architecture of the Selenium. Now browser drivers role is, so once JavaScript Selenium commands are converted into JSON are converted to JSON requests and also sent to the browser driver. Now what browser driver role is? So each browser has its own driver. So one thing we need to understand is in the automation, to handle the automation commands, each browser has its own drivers. Suppose Chrome has Chrome driver, Firefox has Firefox driver, Edge has Edge driver. So even Safari also is there that we are not mentioned here. Okay, these drivers act as a middle layer or middleman, a communicator between the Selenium and the real browsers. These are the real browsers. This is the Selenium. Okay. So they receive HTTP requests from the Selenium client through JSON wire socket protocol and executes them on the browser directly. So what happens, right? So these drivers, no? So HTTP request received from Selenium client to the web driver or browser drivers based on the JSON wire protocol, and from here, from web driver, and execute them on the server based upon the HTTP server, right? So finally, the browsers, no, the browser role, like what are the browsers here? Chrome, Firefox, Edge roles are, they execute the commands so on the real browser from the drivers. So like clicking, navigating, or typing, or sending keys. These browsers also sends the response. Again, it will send the response, success or failure error, okay, through the drivers and through the JSON to the client library, Selenium client library. That is our script. So then only, so we will come to know our script is pass or fail, right? Here, the browser, what are the browser is executing based on their own browser drivers. So suppose Chrome is running. Chrome, what it will do after running the execution, it has to send the response, right? It will send the response, either success or failure error, through the driver, and driver through the JSON, it will send the response to the Selenium client library, right? And right, this is our, so now here we'll get either pass or fail the result. Okay, browser performs the action and results, right, success or failure status to send to the driver, then to the client, then to the script. Right, driver communicates between the actual browser and the Selenium client library. Commands respect each respective browser driver. Right, always code sends via JSON. I think you are clear, right, guys? Yeah. If you find this session is helpful, please subscribe my channel. This is how the Selenium architecture, okay, how Selenium architecture works.